rolling thunder under that bridge was incredible. That sound just ignited something deep inside of me, and I didn't know it then, but that would change everything. That's when I knew I needed to serve.
I was born in Orange, California. Actually spent most of my life there. Starting at about age 13, I used to go to the beach all the time. I was a surfer boy, skateboarder. Got out of high school, and a year later, instead of driving fast cars and looking for pretty women, I was in the jungles of Vietnam. I looked into joining Special Forces. I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I passed most of the physical stuff, and then it came to them checking my eyes. And I found out that I was colorblind. I go, well, what else can I do? My company commander, he goes, you like dogs? And I go, yeah, I like dogs. And he goes, you're colorblind, dogs are colorblind, you are now a United States Navy dog handler. And that's where it started.
Violet, come. Violet, V, come. V, come.
I grew up here in Madison, Wisconsin, and I just love dogs so much. I wanted my nickname to be Dog when I was a little kid. I remember coming home one day from the park after seeing some dogs, and I went home and I told my mom, hey, I want my nickname to be Dog. And she just laughed at me and said, that's a terrible idea.
Come on, you can do it.
She's like, you always yell at me for jumping on you. I had no idea at that point in my life that I would lose my vision and not be able to see these dogs anymore. You grow up and your greatest goal when you're a kid is to get your driver's license. I mean, that's freedom and independence, and I was all about that. When I was driving at nighttime, I was having trouble seeing the road, especially out in the country. I remember driving to my friend Heidi's house one night. I was making a left-hand turn onto their little country road. I ended up turning too soon and kind of went into the ditch and put a little dent in her fender. You know, not knowing that I had something a lot more significant going on. Went in for my exam, and I remember him coming into the room saying, well, you have retinitis pigmentosa, you're gonna get tunnel vision, and then you're gonna go blind, and there's nothing that we can do. Here's a brochure, have a nice day. If you took a cocktail straw and tried to navigate life through what you could see through that, that's probably a really good example of what I can actually see right now. So I have to rely on people or dogs to help me get around.
This was my dog Otto. This was the group that I served with in 69 and 70. I am right here. 19 years old. Nam sucked. I mean, it truly did. People were dying all around us. We would patrol that area where the choppers were coming in and bringing in the wounded soldiers, and seeing guys come out of the choppers and body bags, and it's not something I like to think about. But having my dog there, I honestly feel that I came home because of that dog. When it started getting close to my year to get out, I started asking about what was going to happen to my dog. And as the war de-escalated, the government figured that the dogs were surplus. We had two options. We either put him to sleep through an Army vet, or we turned him over to the South Vietnamese. And that's what happened to Otto. And chances are they ate him. Just really messed with my head.
I wanted to be a veterinarian, and I was really having a hard time passing my lab classes. And I remember one day going into one of my professor's offices and letting them know that, hey, look, I have this eye condition. This is how it's affecting me. She looked at me and she said, you need to think long and hard about this career path because you're going to be a liability to any veterinarian. Oh, it almost seemed like it was like a terminal disease that they told me that I had. All my goals, all my dreams just seemed like it came to a crashing halt. It became a journey of trying to figure out what can I do that I can still work with dogs.
This is downtown. I'll take you by and let you see Maryland. You can see
What brought you here?
work. I actually was at Guide Dogs of the Desert, and I met Nicole at a convention in Kentucky. She asked me at that convention, would you be willing to mentor me? I'm starting a business. And I said I'd be honored to do that. So that's how we began our friendship.
When I first met Bob, I just thought he was a cool dude. Long hair, Hawaiian shirt. He was just very open to what I was trying to do. This blind girl trying to help other blind people, initially with the guide dogs.
She contacted me about a year and a half after we met and told me that her dog that she had just been trained with was sick and that she was going to have to retire him. And so I had this lab golden cross that I thought, you know what, they're going to look like Fred and Ginger. I mean, they are going to be smooth together. And so she said, well, what am I getting? And I sent her a picture, and she goes, he looks skinny. And I said, just come out and meet him. So she did, and I gave him to her, and she says, what's his name? I said, Snickers. She went, what?
I said, what? He said, Snickers. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely changing that dog's name.
And I said, just, you go spend an afternoon with Snickers, and I'll tell you what, you work him for 3 days, and if you don't like him, I'll take you down to the kennels and you can pick your own dog out. How's that?
I had a hard time trusting a lot of people then, and I did trust him, and I went through the 3 days, and he was right. That dog was made for me. I just had to remind myself that Bob the legend knows how to match a dog with a blind person. Bob didn't just train dogs, he trained people, and I was lucky to be one of them.
You know, I felt that I was doing something real positive for a fellow man. And in the meantime, I was not paying attention to stuff that had been bothering me since I got out of Vietnam. I was drinking a lot, got a couple DUIs over a 15-year period, and was having relationship problems. I wasn't really opening up to the issues that I had.
At that time, I had given Bob a service dog in training named Anki, a German Shepherd. We were training her to be a guide dog for our program. It wasn't until watching Bob and Anki that I realized how much a service dog could do for a veteran having post-traumatic stress. As a blind person, I could see it, that he was really relying on this dog. That's when Bob and I flipped roles. He was my mentor for all of those years in the guide dog world, and now it was my time to mentor him in the service dog world. Along with American Warrior Initiative, we were able to surprise Bob with his new service dog, Anki.
One of the other veterans that had been working with us, and we had given him a dog, was going to go down there, and he and I both were surprised by AWI.
We have just a little surprise for you. The American Warrior Initiative, because of the great donations of Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, wants to sponsor a service dog for you from Custom Canines.
Having a service dog to work for you as a PTS dog is a completely different level. And so I've had Anki now for almost 11 years, and she's been my guardian angel.
About halfway into my training with Snickers, and Bob comes to my room and he's like, leave your dog on tie down and get in my truck. We pulled up to this bridge that was going over the interstate, and it was just lined with hundreds of people and just American flags everywhere. And all of a sudden you could hear this rumble. It was just hundreds of motorcycles on their way to the Vietnam Wall.
Because about 300 motorcycles are going to come through here to pay respect to Vietnam veterans that didn't come home.
This is an opportunity for me to share something about me with somebody else. She was sharing with me some of the things that were going on with her. I wanted to share this with somebody.
Having Bob take me on that bridge just showed me that he trusted me as much as I trusted him. And for him to be able to share that experience, it's pretty remarkable. My life was completely changed. From that moment, my vision was to help military veterans receive service dogs. Over the last 16 years, we've been able to match over 350 military veterans with their service dogs at no cost to them.
As she's getting ready to retire, Nicole realized that I needed a new dog.
Unfortunately, Aki's getting older and she is having to retire. And we've placed him with a new dog, Otto. It's amazing. He named that dog Otto in honor of his military working dog that he had in Vietnam.
My dog's name in Nam was Otto, and that's this guy's name. In honor of that dog that saved my life there, and now between these two dogs, they're making sure I can continue to move forward. So. Once I got her out of it, I just looked at her and she looked at me and she went, "Give me some dignity." So she told me that it was okay, that she did everything she could to make him ready. And so I respected her and I took her and put her down. I miss her. I always will. I'll miss her every day. Anki changed my life, and I didn't even realize that it needed to be changed.
Having a service dog is a lot different than having just a pet. Snickers was able to give me independence I wouldn't have known otherwise, and that's what gives me the heart and the drive to continue training service dogs for people with disabilities so that they can receive the independence and the freedom that I felt myself. Losing Snickers was incredibly hard, and along with losing Snickers, I lost a lot of my independence, and I knew it was time for Snickers to pass the harness to a new dog.
I'm gonna check in with Nicole, ask her if she's ready to get her dog. We're gonna take her downstairs, get her situated in a nice comfortable chair. I'm gonna ask the trainers to bring her dog into her and introduce them.
I walked so many miles with Snickers, and I'm really looking forward to passing that harness on to a new dog that can keep me going on that journey.
You ready to meet your dog?
I think so.
Awesome. Come on.
Johnny's gonna have some big paws to fill.
Watch yourself. That's a heavy door closing on you. I'm gonna have you have a seat right here, nice low chair.
I'm feeling very nervous and emotional. I didn't think I'd get this emotional about it. I'm just so hopeful that it'll be the right match, and I almost feel like I'm putting an end to Snickers. But I need him. I need some eyeballs.
Well, are you ready to meet your new pup?
Oh. Hi, buddy. Hi, John. Hi, Johnny. Oh my goodness. Hi.
I think he's happy.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh my goodness. How are you?
What do you think, Johnny? You want to keep her?
Good boy.
Never gets old.
So he's doing good.
Never gets old.
Is he?
This is going to be good.
But it's not really good.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
He's smiling. So are you.
Good boy. I can't wait to take him for a test drive.
I don't think that Nicole realizes how much she's actually helped me. I was lost. Her giving me those 2 dogs has enhanced my life and given me purpose again.
Would you do the honors? Just open that up. Saying goodbye to a couple of real good friends, lifesavers. We wanted to toast to that, and full moon on the beach, very special place for all of us, so we thought that we would do that.
This is to Anki and Snickers, a huge part of all of our lives.
Salute.
Love you. How do I do this?
With me, with your dog, with your friends. That's how. I love you, baby.
I love you too. I told Bob I should have kept one of Snickers' petrified turds to throw out there because he always shit in the ocean every time I took him here.
Ready?
Yep.
That's Anki. And we have some Snickers. I got it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We started our journey together with dogs, and it only makes sense for us to have been able to say goodbye to them together.
Those 2 dogs, Snickers and Anki, did so much for so many people. And just to be able to share that experience with Bob at the ocean that means so much to both of us was amazing.
Dogs have been trying to help us humans for thousands of years, and we're just now starting to learn how to listen to them. And if we just listen to them, they got a lot to tell us.
I've lived the freedom and independence that a service dog provided for me, and I've seen the hope and the healing that service dogs give to veterans like Bob. That is why I'm going to continue this mission.
Thank you.